Hello everybody, and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today we are tackling a requested tutorial from a number of people in relation to the ATR 72 and the ATR 42600 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's really good to see lots of people loving the ATR tutorial series so far. I'm glad you've all found it really useful. And today's topic of discussion is go-arounds. So we're flying from Inverness into Manchester Airport with the ATR 72-600 specifically, and we're going to go through a go-around on the approach into Manchester as we fly the ILS. We've dived into the tutorial really early because we can discuss a number of topics that we need to think about prior to committing ourselves onto the approach itself. So, as always, if you find the video really useful, hit like and subscribe and share your thoughts down in the comment section below. On the charts then, we're looking at the Cat 2 ILS for runway 23 right at Manchester. Initially our routing is going to bring us in via the Lakey Star down to Rowson at 7,000, and then from there vectoring ourselves to the ILS approach here, intercepting around 12 miles at around 3,500 feet. From there, 3-degree glide path angle on the ILS on a course of 232 degrees and that frequency of 109.5 tuned in to the nav1 and nav2 box in the aircraft. There's also a Manchester VOR 113.55. And the dashed line there indicates to us our go-around route in a kind of visual format. If we look above though on the charts using Navigraph's single format Jefferson charts, we can see the missed approach written out for us in plain text. So initially climb to 3,500 feet straight ahead until passing 750 feet or 0.0 DME INN. Inbound, whichever is the later, then turn right on track 356 degrees, then as directed. And there's a little pre-note there because Manchester Airport is a busy airport in real life, and they take off on 23 left and land on 23 right quite regularly. And that pre-note there is for separation from departing traffic, runway 23 left, expedite climb through 753 before commencing the right turn onto 356 degrees. And it's going to look kind of like that. So depending on when we abort the touchdown today, we're either going to fly runway heading until that threshold, and then we're going to turn northbound 356 degrees, climb to 3,500 feet, or if we abort right up towards the threshold, say for example at 1 miles, we might be at 400 or 500 feet at that point, we're going to climb runway heading 750 feet, and then we're either going to pass 750 feet and turn 356 if it's after the threshold of the runway, or we're going to pass 750 feet and then continue to fly runway heading until we reach the threshold of the runway, at which point we're going to turn 356 degrees. And then ATC, certainly on VATSIM, will vector us around for another go. It's going to be a really busy moment in the ATR because it is a sporty little aircraft, remarkably good fun, but there are things that we will need to do similar to the 737 with a number of the immediate actions for a go around. And it's going to be gear up, and then we're going to bring the flaps up to 15 degrees for the go around, ensuring our speeds are safe and that we have a good positive rate of climb. If we're really struggling or something's going wrong, we can whack these condition levers to 100% override to really push the aircraft to its maximum to get us away from the ground safely. We have 2 different notches and a max power option, so 3 options for the go around depending on what we're doing, certainly depending on the weather as well. If it's something like wind shear causing the go around, then it's max power. Max power until we're safe, we're away from the danger, then we bring it back. Same for ramp, you could use ramp in that scenario as well, or if it's particularly turbulent and very unstable conditions, you might use ramp to get away from the ground really quickly. But for today, we're just going to use notch. If you have keybinds set to toga, there is a button there which will command the go around. I've got a keybind set for toga in the aircraft which will help me press that via a keybind. But effectively, when we do decide to go around, we're going to push that in, and then we're going to effectively get changes in the PFD via the flight director to command a nose up pitched climb away. Okay then folks, so here we go. As we've discussed during the pre-approach briefing, if you like, a few minutes ago, we're going to now kind of go through a go around in the ATR. We're established on the ILS 160 knots until 4 DME here at Manchester. We're going to go gear down at 2,000 feet, speeds in limits for the extension of the flaps and the gears. We're at flap 15 currently. Coming up to 4 miles now, 160 till 4. We've got very variable winds here at Manchester today. In fact, at the minute with live weather on as I record this, it's a 6 knot headwind and a 10 knot variable crosswind as well. So it's given us a little bit of work to do. And now we're going to go full flap through 145 knots down to final approach speed at 4 miles. Gear down 3 green. Parking brake is off. There's the go around button, don't forget. If you've got a keybind, get ready for the keybind. And we're going to keep going down towards minimums before executing the missed approach today, just to demonstrate taking the aeroplane all the way down to minimums and then flying that runway heading until 750 feet or the threshold, whichever is later, then turn right on track 356 degrees. Very, very windy. So if anything, this does play into our hands a little bit because we've talked about the go around, and now we're thinking about, are the conditions good enough? Is our approach stable enough? At the moment, yes, but you've always got to respect the weather in aviation, and things could change in a split second. Wind shear being one of those key hazards. So we're still on the way down, 1,000 feet, we've got to turn the autopilot off. There it goes, my controls. Autopilot yaw damper disengaged. A little bit choppy there. And we'll continue to fly the approach.
500.
Little bit of trim just to hold it on the approach nicely. And it could be anything. If we're flying in Australia, we could have a drop bear run across the runway. We could have a vehicle enter, we could have an aircraft enter all of a sudden. And Osprey 101 Delta go around. So, notch. Gear up. Flap 15. Positive rate. Look at the vertical speed indicator, and we're climbing away. We press the go around button. We're just manually flying this through 750 feet right, 356. We've got to turn the heading bug 356 degrees. Round we go. Three, 5, 6 degrees. Let's get that yaw damper on again. And we're going to continue to 3,500 feet. Let's pre-arm heading select mode. And we could give the aeroplane the controls now. Let's get the flaps all the way up. And we'll continue back to climb 170. Turn the power management mode to the climb gate. And we're going to roll the wings level at our heading. So 2,200 feet, we're going to go autopilot on with the wings level, and let's engage speed mode as well. and the aeroplane will then now continue to climb to 3,500 feet at 170 knots. 1 to go, climbing nicely, and then we will follow ATC instructions. That could be vectors to a hold at Lakey, for example, or Rosen rather, not Lakey, or indeed it could be vectors back to the approach for another go. So we're going to level off at 3,500. We're going to manage the throttle accordingly as the nose comes down to go level. Remember, there's no auto throttle, it's down to us. And in this case, we're going to be vectored to head back for another go. So what we've done is we've turned 040 degrees because of the significant crosswinds that are pushing us towards the airfield. So we need to kind of set a heading that will give us a track of 051 to head back out on the opposite course to the runway for a second attempt. And that's it, go-arounds in the ATR. Remember to hit that go-around button, get the gear up, positive rate, clean flaps to flap 15, and then climb away following whatever instructions are applicable to the approach that you are flying as per the charts. Hope you found the video useful. I know it's one that's been requested a lot. Hit like and subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below. But in the meantime, as always, thank you very much for watching. Take care.